Stop worrying about me.
No, well, that's not gonna happen.
You gotta protect yourself now. We all do.
So, well, Grandma, what did you think of Truth?
I thought it was wonderful. I wasn't aware of what was going on in the back offices of CBS News. Of course, I was stunned when Dan Rather resigned, because he'd been a staple of the evening news for from a considerable time, always doing an excellent job reporting the news. I watched him regularly, like most of America. So, getting an insight into what happened when they became under attack for reporting the story about Bush's guard, or lack of guard, experience. It was very interesting. For anybody who lives in Texas, all the names were very familiar, and the Texas players in this story were they were named, and they were part of what happened to the reporters when their truth was called into question. We followed the story very clearly from the beginning. I thought the writing was excellent. The acting was very good. They took you step by step through what the reporters did, and then step by step through what the attacks on their, what is the word? Vicissitude, the word for truth. When the attack on their truth reporting. I thought it was excellent. Very fascinating. For everyone, not just people who are Texans, but for everyone. I thought the film was wonderful. The writing and the acting was very good. What did you think?
I thought it was quite good. The part after it aired was the part that I found the most interesting, because all the stuff about the reaction to it, that I think is much less known. Again, about the attacks and the way that they dealt with it behind the scenes. Again, that was not as well known. The effect on the families and all of that stuff. The first part of it seemed to me not. Maybe it's because again that was the more public part of it. Perhaps was again how the story was put together, and then the showing of it. Again, a lot of that was sort of brought to light, but the reaction to it and all of that. Again, I thought that seemed much more interesting to me. Again, the acting again was very good. I think Robert Redford especially, does this in a supporting role really, because again, Dan Rather you would think would be the main character, but he's again not the main character. It's the producer,
Mary Mapes.
Played by Cate Blanchett, and she's very good. She's seems to be good in everything. But again, she's really the main character, and he's a very strong supporting character. And again, although Robert Redford doesn't look exactly like Dan Rather.
He convinced me.
But he did a really good Dan
Yes.
Rather. It was and again, it was the little touches that he did of Dan Rather, his feelings and the way he approached things and everything. I thought was again very well done. He did a really good job. I mean, it's very much a story sort of driven movie. Again, you're really wanting to see where it's going. The direction I thought was sort of very flat. It wasn't terribly. The director didn't bring much to it in terms of making it very interesting. Again, it all depended on the story. For you to really to bring you along and to keep you interested. And again, just because again, there's so much of that wasn't really known, wasn't really public, that was interesting.
I remember being shocked when he resigned.
Yeah.
When Rather resigned, not having any knowledge of what had happened and how CBS News and the 60 Minutes and the producer and all of the people were under attack. The background story wasn't known to the general public. I'm glad that Miss Mary wrote about it so that her pursuit and her team's pursuit of truth could be out there. And Rather and his part in it, his support of their truth reporting was very, very well done. I thought it said it was based on her autobiography about it. Did they help with the writing for the movie? Do you know? The screenwriters?
I'm sure that they worked with her. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the specifics of that.
Right.
But again, I'm sure the book itself is probably a lot of material to work with.
Yeah.
Even if they didn't work with her directly, there's a lot there to work with already. But again, I thought overall it was pretty good. Again, it could have been better, but again, I thought the acting and the story was quite interesting. It was pretty good.
I think it would be interesting to everyone, not just Texans.
Well, I don't frankly think the Texas aspect of it is all that.
Well, it's interesting to me.
Important to the story.
I know, but, when they kept dropping those names in Texas history that.
Well, just really one. But,
well, you mean Ben Barnes?
Yes. There's one name we recognize, and that's the only one that's really comes. All the rest of the people we don't really know.
George W. Bush.
Everybody knows him.
Yeah, we do know him.
So again, I think it was a pretty good movie. What do you think?
I give it 2 thumbs up. I approve of the filmmakers wanting to present this story and to hiring the talent that they hired to present this story. I'm glad they did it. I think it made a very, very good film.